Bolsonaro must be really terrible, right? Always getting in the way of the plans, the atrocities of the system. Well, look, they try to convince us that they are the majority, that the people have forgotten Bolsonaro. That it's no use, no matter how hard you try in every way, to think of an honest person who helped this country live its best phase, something we had never seen before. It gets way too complicated. All right, I'm going to show a video here. It's amazing. Black Friday is happening. It's the biggest Black Friday in recent months, in recent years. But people don't have any money. So stores and businesses don't really have anything to offer people either, because Black Friday here in Brazil is black fraud. It's different from the United States. There was an old lady. When an innocent Globo journalist decided to interview her, he decided to put her live on air. It was the best answer, the best. And all live, all live. They are wicked, my friends. It's about humiliation and extortion, right? Globo Quintinhas, owned by former First Lady Mrs. Michelle, delivers meals to Bolsonaro at the federal police. Right? At the federal police, Moraes ordered all the meals Bolsonaro eats to be inspected. The federal police, right? They have no work to do. Brazil is beautiful. It's wonderful. The federal is really to federalize, and it's born federal too. Government, same as always, no more work, right? Imagine those guys having to inspect every meal that's taken there. For President Bolsonaro is going to escape through the lunchboxes. And Globo trying to make fun of it. Mrs. Michelle's lunchboxes. Yes, Globo, we're much prouder of her lunchboxes than anything you guys show, right? In prison, Bolsonaro refuses the food. Obviously, right? This news has been widely talked about these days. Obviously, he has to. Obviously, when you see these lackeys from this nefarious network, as Giovanni Schiarini says, right? The government blows the budget, Globo blames the people. You're blamed for Lula's spending. What is allowed and what isn't to let Yanja travel, to show off the $1 million boat, right? Actually, the yacht. All of this being flaunted right in the face of. In other words, that crazy woman needs to live in luxury. She needs to satisfy her desire to consume, to be a capitalist, but she never had the money for it. In other words, let's make the Brazilian people pay. Your Pix transaction will be monitored. If it exceeds a certain amount, right? Brazilian citizens will pay extremely high fines, astronomical fines, all just to fulfill Janja and Lula's wishes, obviously. Not so much for him because, like, the guy is older, right? Much older. Obviously to him, she's a princess. I always say that to him. She is. As incredible as it may seem, he is. For him. She is for him. And we have to put up with all of this because even Lula's carnal desires, right? We have to. It's shamelessness without limits. Then this guy comes here to talk to you all. I'm going to talk to you all here. Defending taxes, because obviously his salary depends on taking money. Guys, I say that protests shouldn't be on Paulista Avenue. No, people are kind of out of touch. Protests should be at Globo's doorstep. If Globo is the biggest promoter of the regime, the protests should be at Globo's doorstep. It's not on Paulista Avenue or here. It should be right at Globo's doorstep. Show the whole country what this network really is, because Trump is suing several corporations and media outlets, including television and newspapers. The last one was the New York Times, I believe. It seems like now there are $15 billion. $15 billion. You really think he won't win? He will. Because the newspaper lied about him. Just like Globo did in the Marielle case, just like Globo does all the time. But even if Bolsonaro files 1 million lawsuits, None of them. The justice system won't have the courage to stand up to Globo. Because one depends on the other. We know that. One depends on the other. You burn me here, I burn you there. We know how it works, but it's different in the United States, so we need to pay attention.
It's rude. The fact that people worked so that it wouldn't be approved. Again, along the lines of what Flavia and Daniel are saying, when people stop paying taxes, what happens? The government is forced to propose more tax increases.
No, so you stopped paying taxes, so let's raise taxes. Look here.
What happens? The government is forced to pay taxes. When people stop paying taxes.
When they stop paying taxes, the government puts more taxes. Let's leave taxes, taxes. There has to be taxes.
What happens is the government must propose more tax hikes. It's that simple.
It's that simple. Simple, simple. Pay more taxes, cut more taxes. Simple. Guys, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. You have no idea. And here, how are the people doing, right?
He rubs it in his voters' face how much those who support L are suckers.
He said, I'm only elected because the people are illiterate. If you voted for Lula, congrats. You're basically a living Instituto Brasileiro de Geografia e Estatística diploma. He doesn't win elections. He passes the National Stupidity Entrance Exam.
Everything's empty. Only wings over Brazil. And then, right, things are drastically narrowing options for these characters. They have to take and put their journalists in to try to defend the indefensible. Glenn Grayall even added here, look, when it comes to Globo, nothing should surprise me, but it's still amazing to see them say, okay, Moraes and the Supreme Court had to be tyrants to destroy Bolsonarism. Look at what he wrote here, Glenn Grayall. All right, Moraes and the Supreme Court, you had to be tyrants to destroy the Bolsonaristas. But now that you've destroyed our political enemies, we hope you'll go back to respecting the law and the Constitution. They're on this epic journey, right? To ask Moraes, now you can turn down the heat, Moraes. Now you've already destroyed the ones we wanted you to destroy. Now you can relax. He posted Malu Gaspar's column. It was even worse. Moraes' tyranny was for a good cause. It's to destroy those who don't agree with us. He called the reports we did at FOLA about Zando's excesses and a coup-like version of Vaza Jato. For journalism, it's a coup. Absurd, 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 absurd. This is Globo, and I want to show you something very interesting here. Look here at how things work over there in the United States. The people have to understand that we're being made fools of. Fools. Look at this. Malu. Cool. He's at Walmart on Saturday. This Brazilian lives in the United States. On Black Friday, his air fryer had an issue. Speaking of air fryers, I have several products here. Okay, YouTube itself, right? It recommends these products, so anyone interested can always find them at a great price. His air fryer broke, so he went to Walmart to buy a new one.
And let's look for one. Air fryer is what I want. I found one. It's $79.97.
$79.97.
$0.97. Let's round up, okay? But our $80 is the same air fryer in Brazil. Displayed on screen, it's $1,999. Let's round up to $2,000. If you convert 2,000 reais, it will be $404, $403, $404.
The same one?
Depending on the dollar. In other words, $404. I'm going to buy 1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
Up to 5.
Bringing money from Brazil, converting the 2,000 reais, which is the price of this air fryer, in Brazil.
Now, do you want to see?
I'm bringing money from Brazil, I buy 4.
Look, he paid here, my friends. He paid $79 for the best air fryer. It's 2,000 reais here in Brazil. It's 2,000 reais here in Brazil. He paid only $79. It's just that supporting politicians, supporting guys like this one here, look. Supporting people like this, right? There's a cost, there's a cost. Supporting this kind of good life has a cost. In other words, for him, it's that simple. Pay more taxes. It's that simple. It's logical. He needs his salary at month's end so we can support him. Andre Sa, Dina Tuzanelli, all of them, Bonner, and so on. He says something at the end. It's interesting, look.
80 raised for an air fryer in Brazil, can you believe it? Why is it $80 here? But nobody converts, right? But do you know why you're paying so much? You have to support a bunch of corrupt politicians in Brazil.
Not just politicians, right? Like these people here.
That only happens here.
Now, if I show you guys. Another Brazilian woman I follow on social media. Television. A 75-inch television for $300. And here we pay what? 8,000, 9,000, 10,000 reais, $300.
That only happens here in the United States. That only happens here in the United States. Take a look at this, guys. You won't believe it. You won't believe this. A 75-inch television. Inch television for $334.
Take a look here. Look.
So what do you all think? Is Black Friday in the United States worth it? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments. How much is that in reais? Just look, how much is that in reais? Let me know in the comments. Or you can choose this one, guys. 85 inches by $498. Guys, look at the size of this television. It's huge, huge, huge. $498. Okay, how much is that in reais, guys? It's under 2,500 reais for an 85-inch television. What do you think? How much does it cost in Brazil? Leave your comment.
Let me check. At Elion Farmer on Instagram. We're made fools of here, every day, but I always speak up. It's not enough for them to do the worst things to Brazilians. If they don't mock us to our faces, these people are never satisfied. They have to mock, they have to humiliate as much as possible. But this time, they suffered most. There was this guy there doing the report and all, talking about Black Friday. The guy was so nasty, saying the streets are packed. Everyone's buying, but people are just looking around. I don't see bags and bags.
Tell us, Guilherme Machado, how is it? There's some movement, right?
Pretty busy, Rogério. Good morning to you and all watching Link Vanguarda. Look, the weather has warmed up and sales are rising in stores on the Calçadão and downtown.
Everyone just with bags. Look, all shopping bags.
São José dos Santos. We can see this movement, all without a bag. Since early in the morning, we've already been here at the boardwalk and then my own research institute, right? Talking to the people who are passing by here, also being a bit nosy, observant. By looking at the bags, we can notice that people have been buying a lot of clothing items, shoes as well, a lot of people.
Everyone is buying, okay? Then he went to interview this old lady here. Look, this old lady who was just watching.
Price, let me join my friend. I see you're checking prices. How are you? Good morning, ma'am. What's your name?
Inez.
Inez, tell me something. I see you're checking the prices. Are you looking for something specific this Black Friday?
No, I'm not looking for anything, guys. Honestly, this year has devastated me. Bolsonaro is in jail and I'm just done.
And I see that you are...
I'm devastated this year. Bolsonaro is in jail and I'm done. And the guy took her microphone away right then. Men...
Oh, I'm checking the price. Are you looking for something specific this Black Friday?
No, I'm not looking for anything, guys. To be honest, this year I'm devastated. Bolsonaro is in jail. I'm a mess.
And Black Friday?
No, I'm not looking for anything, guys. Honestly, I'm devastated this year. Bolsonaro is in jail and I'm a mess.
So, this is the reality. This is what we're seeing all over Brazil. The system is the minority, my friends. We are the majority. Exactly. Protests should target these wicked people directly. Look at this. This right here. It's great for us to see. The best sign that the people support Bolsonaro isn't from millionaires or the rich, but from ordinary citizens.
So, what about Black Friday?
No, I'm not looking for anything, guys. This year I'm devastated. Bolsonaro is in jail and I'm a mess.
So, hey, carrying a bag, that's it?
The guy is trying to change the subject. Just something to think about. He has something this nefarious system will never have, okay? Share this video on WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook. Hit the like button. Join our P's Afios channel family for news and updates all day.